Hi, my name is TheCosmicAfro, and I'm here to talk to you guys about the Demoman and how random crits affect him. There's going to be no goofs, no gaffes, no jokes, no tricks, or anything like that. Just put no random animes in the background, none of it. I don't even know what that one is. I just looked up on Google and editing, random anime, that's the one. If you want to tell me what it is in the comments below, you do that. But outside of that, I'm going to be talking about the thing that makes Demoman broken with random crits. I don't want to talk about math. I don't want to talk about science. I don't even want to talk about the game. See, the thing is about Demoman, and I'm sure you already know this because you're a smart, big-brained lad like me. Well, maybe not as big-brained, probably bigger. The thing is that the Demoman, he's got this thing, right? Like, with the pill launcher, if he gets a direct hit on the pill and you take that 100 damage, or if he crits on it, that 300 damage, the Demoman deserves that. And for the sole fact of the matter is that it's a slow projectile, and it's got an arc to it, so that automatically makes it, you know, just like, if he hits you, he deserves it. It doesn't matter that all 9 classes, except for the heavy, if he has overheal, is going to die to that. It doesn't matter. You deserve to die if he manages to hit you with a direct pill. That's all I'm gonna say. His other primary weapon, however, is the biggest offender of random crits that I can possibly think of, because it can do one thing that all the other classes cannot, and it is abhorrent. Did I say that correctly? Somebody looked that up in Google, because I don't know. Did I do it? I want you to imagine for a brief moment that the heavy can decide when to use his laser crits. That I want you to imagine for a moment that while the soldier is reloading his rocket launcher, he can decide which one of those is going to be a crit rocket and play around that. I want you to imagine that the pyro knows when his ambush, like a free flog meter, is going to happen, so he knows when to ambush the enemy team. Because that is what happens with the Demoman's sticky bomb launcher. It is broken. There is no other class in Team Fortress 2 that can choose when to use their random crit. He doesn't choose when he gets the random crit, but he can choose when to get it. Or use it. So close. Whatever. Put it in the video. No goofs or gaffes. The Demoman can just luckily get a random crit sticky, and he can wait. And he'll just wait until somebody walks into it, and then they explode. And that's not fair to anybody. It's not fair to the people who are playing the game, and it's not fair to the Demoman that he can just choose when to pump out 270 some odd damage. It's ridiculous. The fact of the matter is, Demomen are already supposed to be trapping with 2 to 3 stickies in some spots and not use all 8 in one, but that one crit sticky acts like 4 to 5, so he's basically extending his magazine by 4 to 5 stickies in just one location. Now, the thing is, when it comes to the Demoman's lesser-known cousin of the Scottish Resistance, I actually don't think that random crit sticky bombs are really that big of an issue, for the sole fact that you actually have to be able to look at the thing when it's happening. So, it doesn't just mean that the Demoman can randomly press right-click and explode a whole bunch of people. The Scottish Resistance with random crits, I think that's okay. The Quickie Bomb Launcher with random crits? No! And, of course, the regular Sticky Bomb Launcher with random crits? Heck no. I can't tell you how many times I've died to a random crit sticky. It's just not enjoyable. It's not enjoyable for anyone to deal with. Not anyone. Ask any one person if they've had fun fighting against random crit stickies. You want to know why? Alright, let's put something into example right here, okay? The soldier with his little rocket, at least that can be deflected back to the soldier and potentially kill the guy, right? But if you deflect a crit sticky back at the Demoman, not only does he not take critical damage, but he can use that to then boost himself forward without having to worry about it. Basically, the only way that you can get rid of a crit sticky is you have to know that it exists, and in addition to that, you have to be able to contain it somehow. And not every class can immediately contain the threat. If we're talking about a sniper, he has to shoot the sticky bombs one by one with his sniper rifle or with his SMG. And the SMG is inaccurate, so sometimes it takes a little bit. You've got pistols, you've got shotguns, you got the minigun, but The Demoman, outside of using the Quickie Bomb launcher, can't get rid of other people's stickies, so that's not good. The Soldier, the other explosive class, is usually going to be spreading them around anywhere, so if a random crit sticky happens to be blown off a wall and rolls into the enemy team and the Demoman happens to press right-click, well, not only did he get the crit sticky, but you also helped him blow up your team, which is even more disadvantageous. There's so many downsides to the Demoman having random crit stickies that it's not good. If there had to be any one change for random crits, I would say just get rid of that. Now, outside of that, of course, the Demoman does have melee random crits, and that is something that we gotta talk about real quick. The only biggest defender to this is the Scottish skull cutter thing Axeman guy. I personally don't like using the weapon. I understand that it is fun and it's very powerful, but if you're going to give a 20% increase to melee damage, I don't think you should also give it random crits. I feel like that's kind of a breach of contract, if you will, to say that, like, you get an increase of damage, so we're also going to increase your damage sometimes as an extra. That combos into itself too well, and I really don't like the way that they made that decision with the game. None of his other melees really you have to worry about, except for maybe the Pain Train, which most of the time people are going to be using that as a joke. I've only seen a handful of Demomen actually use the Pain Train to capture points and be efficient with their team, and good for them, but I really don't see it enough in main play to really say that it does or doesn't need random crits. I mean, you're taking a 10% damage vulnerability while you're using it, so yeah, I think that's fine with random crits. And of course, all of the other swords, they can't random crit, they only manually crit. And that's good. It's a crit system that makes sense, and it's cool, and I wish more classes had that. Not like the Pyro has his flog, but, you know, more classes had random, well, not random, had standard crits in a way that makes sense for their class type. All in all, Demoman's base kit, when it comes to random crits, is one of the most egregious and offensive kits to the game, if we're just talking about stock. There's no really other weapon that I can think of that's worse with random crits, outside of the Quickie Bomb launcher, but I don't see enough Demomen using it to say whether or not that's really a problem, so I don't know. I know it's bad. I don't want the Quickie Bomb launcher to have random crits either. I think that's stupid. I think the only sticky bomb launcher that should have it is the Scottish Resistance for the previous reasons mentioned right over here. So yeah, that's kind of where we're standing at. Well, this is where I'm standing anyways. So yeah. I hope you agree or disagree with me on this episode of How Do Random Crits Affect the Demoman. Please consider checking out our Discord and consider subscribing, liking the bell, or doing whatever it is that YouTube requires people to do. I don't know.